Hello everybody. I wanted to just go through a couple quick concepts about the Systema martial art and how to generate force within your body. And they always talk about this wave strike, sending a wave through the body, okay, and having it arrive like a whipping motion. And so what does that mean, to have a wave through your body? Like there's hidden energy in your body? Well, kinetically, yes, because your body is just a series of pulleys and levers that can move kinetically in chains, okay? And so when we talk about generating force through your body and pulling energy from the ground, putting force into the ground to ultimately send it back up. And that's kind of the idea, is even if you watch a lot of Tai Chi movements, a lot of their movements are actually, they kind of actually try to work underneath the ground. And so that's how you pull from, you can come from underneath. Imagine a half circle as you transition your weight from one foot to the other, okay? And that's kind of one way that you can transfer force, is just by shifting your weight. But also, see this knee bend? And I'll start to add the rotation of my hip, pivot of the foot. And so you're generating, you're sending force up into your hip, okay? And then eventually it becomes so, there's little discrepancy in the movement, and it just becomes one single movement from this. And you can even generate it if you're extended. And so if you're outreached like this, see? Everything falls in suit. And it's actually this torquing action of the hip. You can actually see a lot of martial artists stand with their foot torqued back this way, okay? And they kind of stand like this, okay? And so with your foot turned like this, it gives you maximum rotation for when you punch, to generate torque, hip drive, rotation of the spine. You see it? And so imagine a baseball bat. And so that's a little bit about, as you get a feel for it, how to send these waves through the movement. And actually in Systema, a lot of their movement is off of a figure 8 pattern. And so if you look at rotation of the hand, rotation of the joint, circles, figure 8, okay? And if you look here, if this is your pattern of block, okay, it's an infinite pattern. And so if we look at traditional Wing Chun blocks, you have this, this, this. Your figure 8 can become all of these things. So keeping that figure 8 pattern up and down, become very fluid. So here comes a block, figure 8. Absorb, give back, generate, generate, generate. And so even with a jab, you can pull off of this front foot. And then at the final extension, now that you figure out how to pass it through the body, the more relaxed you can be, the more force you'll have at the point of impact. But you can't just throw it out and leave it there. You have a whip. The slashing action of a whip comes from the recoil. So after your strike, the extension of the arm should stretch all of the muscles. And that's like a stretching of a rubber band. And so this recoil creates and generates power. And you can do that through the entire structure of the body from any position, okay? Wow. With no space at all. But it starts with this ability to feel where your feet are, understand the rotation of the body, the rotation of each individual joint, okay? Elbow, wrist, 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 elbow. In all directions, circle, circle. Also, circle along the spine, but also being able to circle movement. So imagine movement in a circular direction around your spine this way. And so you can transfer, okay, movement. And so that's how we absorb energy from an attacker. So we absorb, that doesn't mean collapse, it means move. And so, well, those are some of the concepts, but also just really trying to get you to understand this. From the floor is where you generate power from all sport, okay? Football, basketball, okay? Your shot, okay? Baseball, okay? Even hockey and lacrosse, soccer, the kicking motion, okay? From the hip. But it's all, if you can learn to generate these waves through your body, you'll be a more efficient athlete, and you can, you'll be able to generate more power. So those are just my Thursday afternoon thoughts.